The sun bathed the grove in golden light as the Buddha sat beneath the ancient sal tree. Disciples gathered around him, their faces reflecting hope, curiosity, and reverence. Among them was Rajan, a young father, whose eyes betrayed unease. His infant son, crying inconsolably at night, had left Rajan and his wife exhausted. Approaching the Buddha, he knelt, bowing deeply, and spoke with a trembling voice. "Venerable One, I feel lost as a father. How can I guide my child when I am so unsure?" The Buddha looked at Rajan with compassion, the calmness of his gaze steadying the young man's heart. "Rajan, to guide your child, you must first guide yourself. The child within you still seeks wisdom." The disciples leaned in, sensing the weight of the Buddha's words. He continued, his voice resonant yet soothing. "Before a tree bears fruit, its roots must grow deep into the earth, finding sustenance and stability." Rajan's brow furrowed as he tried to grasp the Buddha's metaphor. The Buddha gestured to the forest around them. "Do you see these trees? Each one stands tall because its roots are grounded in the soil's embrace." Pausing, the Buddha told a story. Long ago, a young farmer tended his fields but always lamented his meager harvest. His heart was restless, burdened by the wounds of his childhood. One day, he heard the laughter of a child playing by a river. "My friends," the elder began, "have you considered what has truly happened here and whom this anger will serve?" The farmer, startled by the elder's composed demeanor, found himself pausing, his fury momentarily subdued by curiosity. The elder continued, "Anger is like a fire." The Buddha looked toward the horizon. "Ananda, resisting creates turbulence within." That child trusted not because the world was perfect but because his heart held no fear. "Rajan, the child within you carries memories, some joyful, some painful. To nurture your son, you must heal the child who still resides in your own heart." Rajan felt a tear roll down his cheek as he thought of his own childhood, marked by struggles and unspoken fears. The Buddha continued, "A parent's greatest gift is not wealth or status but the openness to embrace life's impermanence and beauty. When you reconcile with your own inner child, you teach your son to trust the world, even in its imperfections." The grove was silent, each disciple reflecting on the Buddha's words. Rajan asked, his voice steadier now, "How do I begin this journey? Venerable One? How do I heal the wounds I carry?" The Buddha's gaze remained fixed on Rajan, his eyes shining with unwavering compassion. "Begin by observing the breath that flows through you, uniting past, present, and future. In stillness, clarity arises." He instructed Rajan to close his eyes, guiding him through a simple meditation. "Feel your breath, steady and unbroken, like the river's flow. Each breath is a bridge to the child within." Rajan followed the Buddha's guidance, his mind gradually quieting, the turmoil within him beginning to settle. The Buddha's voice continued, a steady anchor in the vastness of silence. "As you breathe, recall a moment of joy from your childhood, a fleeting but vivid memory of unburdened laughter." Rajan's mind wandered to a memory of running through fields, the sun warming his face, his heart free of worry. The Buddha's voice interwove with the memory, grounding it in wisdom. "That joy remains within you, like a hidden spring waiting to be unearthed. When you find it, share it with your son." The grove seemed to shimmer as the morning sunlight danced through the leaves, its stillness amplifying the Buddha's words. "Parenting is not about perfection, Rajan. It is about embracing imperfection with grace, patience, and compassion." The disciples nodded, the simplicity yet profundity of the teaching resonating deeply within them. Rajan opened his eyes, his heart lighter, his breath more even. "Thank you, Venerable One. I will carry these words as I learn to guide my child and myself." The Buddha smiled, his expression serene yet knowing. "Remember, Rajan, The journey of parenting is also a journey of self-discovery. Walk it with mindfulness and love. The morning had matured into day, the grove vibrant with the sound of rustling leaves and birdsong. Rajan bowed deeply, his gratitude palpable, and returned to his family with newfound clarity and resolve. The Buddha, observing the disciples, allowed silence to reign, letting his teachings settle like gentle rain nourishing the earth. Another day. Beneath the shade of the sal tree, the Buddha sat among his disciples in quiet contemplation. The grove hummed with life, its tranquility undisturbed by the gentle rustle of leaves and distant birdsong. Rajan approached the Buddha again, his steps hesitant, his face marked by frustration. Bowing deeply, he spoke, his voice thick with concern. "Venerable One, I seek your wisdom. My son's defiance grows daily, and my patience falters under its weight." The Buddha regarded Rajan with calm, his eyes reflecting boundless compassion and understanding. "Rajan, the path of parenting is strewn with trials, as the river's journey is shaped by stones." Rajan's brow furrowed, his thoughts clouded by the struggles of sleepless nights and tense days. The Buddha continued, his voice carrying the stillness of the grove. "Tell me, Rajan, when you look into still water, what do you see?" Rajan paused, his mind briefly leaving his worries, and answered thoughtfully, "I see my reflection, Lord, calm and clear in the stillness." The Buddha's gaze remained steady, inviting Rajan to delve deeper. "And when the water stirs, what becomes of your reflection?" Rajan replied with a sigh, his words tinged with realization. "It becomes distorted, its clarity lost in the ripples." The Buddha nodded, his presence grounding Rajan's growing awareness. "Your son is like the still water, reflecting the emotions of those who gaze upon him. When approached with anger or frustration, his clarity is disturbed. When approached with compassion and calm, he mirrors that same stillness." A soft murmur spread among the disciples as they reflected on the profundity of the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha gestured to a nearby lotus pond, its surface unbroken and serene. "To guide your son, you must become as the still pond, undisturbed by the winds of turmoil. Only then can you reflect wisdom and calmness for him to see." Rajan knelt closer, his voice tinged with regret. "But Venerable One, how can I remain calm when my son's defiance stirs storms within me?" The Buddha's lips curved into a faint smile, his expression as serene as the water he described. "The storms within are not caused by your son, Rajan. They arise from your own unsettled heart." He paused, allowing Rajan to absorb his words, then continued with a story. "There was once a king who sought to calm the raging seas surrounding his kingdom. He ordered mighty walls to be built, but the waves broke them down. He commanded his priests to chant, but the waters remained turbulent. He looked at them each, his expression serene. Peace lies in your relationship with it." Through mindfulness and wisdom, the disciples bowed as one, gratitude filling the air like an unspoken prayer. "Thank you, Master," they murmured in unison. "Hold your hand steady, Rajan, even as the wind passes over it. Feel the presence of the moment, not its pull." The Buddha guided Rajan through a breathing practice, inviting him to close his eyes and center his focus. "Breathe in as though drawing calm from the earth beneath you. Breathe out as though releasing the storm into the sky above." Rajan followed, his breaths deep and deliberate, his shoulders softening with each exhalation. The grove seemed to grow quieter, as if the very world around them aligned with the Buddha's stillness. The Buddha's voice remained steady, weaving into the rhythm of Rajan's breath. "Each breath is a touchstone, a reminder of the balance within you. Use it to ground yourself when storms arise." Rajan opened his eyes, his gaze clearer, the tightness in his chest eased. "I feel a stillness I have not known in many days." "Thank you, Venerable One." The Buddha inclined his head, his expression unwavering. Remember, Rajan, it is the stillness within that shapes the stillness without. Practice it as you guide your son. The disciples bowed their heads, moved by the simplicity yet depth of the teaching they had witnessed. Rajan rose, his resolve renewed, and left the grove carrying the wisdom to face his son's defiance with greater compassion. The Buddha remained beneath the sal tree, his presence a beacon of peace and understanding in the ever-turning world. Another day. The grove basked in the soft light of dawn as the Buddha sat beneath the sprawling sal tree. The disciples gathered around him, their minds open, their hearts eager for his guidance. Amita approached the Buddha, her steps slow, her face lined with concern. Bowing deeply, she spoke, her voice trembling with emotion. Venerable One, my son grows older, seeking independence, questioning my authority. I fear I am losing our connection. The Buddha gazed at her with infinite understanding, his presence calm as the grove itself. Amita, the bond between parent and child is like the roots of trees beneath the soil. Amita's brow furrowed as she tried to grasp the meaning of the Buddha's words. He continued, his voice steady as the morning breeze. Though unseen, these roots intertwine, sharing nourishment and strength, binding the trees together even as they grow apart. The disciples sat in silence, their attention focused entirely on the Buddha's teaching. He gestured toward the trees surrounding them, their roots invisible but ever present beneath the earth. Parenting is not about control, Amita. It is about nurturing the soil where love and trust grow. Amita's eyes filled with tears as she thought of her son's growing independence, his questioning gaze challenging her every decision. The Buddha spoke again, his words woven with compassion and clarity. Once, a gardener planted two seeds side by side. One grew into a mighty oak, the other a delicate cherry blossom. The gardener did not lament their differences. He loved each tree, tending to their unique needs, trusting the soil to connect them. Amita reflected on the story, her thoughts turning to her own challenges as a mother. Venerable One, how can I let my son grow when fear grips my heart? How can I release control? The Buddha's expression softened, his gaze unwavering. Fear arises from attachment, Amita, from the desire to hold on to what is transient. Let love guide you, not fear. He paused, allowing his words to sink into the hearts of the disciples. Then continued, a river flows freely, shaping the landscape without clinging to the stones. Let your love be like the river. Amita bowed her head, her tears falling into the soil that supported the grove's ancient trees. But how do I trust the path my son chooses? Venerable One, how do I let go? The Buddha gestured to the sky above, its vastness unmarred by the clouds drifting across it. Trust is like the sky, Amita, boundless and open. It does not seek to contain but to embrace. He guided Amita through a meditation, inviting her to close her eyes and breathe deeply. With each breath, feel the earth beneath you, steady and enduring. Trust in the soil that connects your roots to his. The grove fell silent, the disciples joining Amita in her meditation, their breaths harmonizing with the rhythms of nature. The Buddha's voice continued, a steady anchor in the stillness. Inhale the strength of the earth. Exhale the weight of fear. Let your love flow like the river's gentle current. Amita followed his guidance, her shoulders softening, her heart opening to the wisdom of his words. The Buddha's voice grew quieter, its resonance like a whisper carried by the wind. Release control, Amita, and you will find freedom. Embrace impermanence, and you will discover love's true depth. Amita opened her eyes, her gaze clear, her heart lighter. Thank you, Venerable One. Your wisdom shines like the sun, guiding me through the shadows of doubt. The Buddha inclined his head, his expression serene yet knowing. Remember, Amita, Parenting is not about holding on but about letting go with love and trust. The disciples bowed deeply, their hearts moved by the simplicity and depth of the teaching they had witnessed. Amita rose, her resolve renewed, ready to nurture the connection she shared with her son. The grove remained as it was, its silence amplifying the wisdom spoken beneath the sal tree. The Buddha sat quietly, his presence a beacon of peace and understanding, his teachings a legacy interwoven into the fabric of life. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.